Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Ow. I'm assuming everybody can hear me. The needles are moving. The colored lights are bouncing, man. The boards are moving around every time I say something. So it's a happy, where the hell are we? It's Tuesday. Yeah, I can look around me and tell if it's Tuesday. You mean I'm the only one who can do that? You guys can't look around and know what day? I can look around and know what day it is. And it's not because I'm surrounded by calendars, if you please. It's my sixth sense. It's a Generation X thing. It's been on this planet 55 years. I can walk outside and stare at the sun and tell you down to the minute what time it is. I saw Crocodile Dundee. I know how that works. Oh, if I could tell you the day I'm having. Good Lord, there's a lot going on. James Hannon, new member. So, General, I'm a new member. What do you think will happen when Gen Z runs the world? Thankfully, we probably won't be here. Well, but Mrs. Fort Watton called me a handsome man. So, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you, guys. Good night. Thank you very much. That was a great way to end the program, but we're done here because Mrs. Fort Watton called me handsome. We can be finished. Elizabeth Anzar kicks it off, and Mrs. Fort Watton, that's the highlight. It's all downhill from here. Nothing good can top when Mrs. Fort Watton calls me handsome. After that, it's just all whatever happens. I could point the camera at the wall for all you care. Nothing will matter after that. There's so many things in my head to talk about. I want you to know I didn't even write down a book of lies. Now, I'm not trying to just wing it. No. I'm not just trying to go off of what comments you guys say. However, maybe tonight I should drink a little more than normal. Wouldn't you say? That'd be a good idea. All in favor, raising your hand. Maybe tonight it's more like really sitting around that campfire. Maybe tonight it's a little more sitting around the bar. There's casual conversation to be had, and strange things afoot at the Circle K. A lot of weird stuff. They're small, man. This is small talk live stream. This is small talk podcasting. You want to solve the mysteries of the universe? Go watch Joe Rogan when he has Neil deGrasse Tyson on, and watch them talk about time travel, going to Mars, going through the moon, the bottom of the Marianas Trench. You can get all those answers there. You don't get those kind of answers here, you know? The stuff we have is how come the mailman shows up at different times every day and puts the mail in the wrong boxes? That's the kind of stuff you get here. What the fuck is going on with my screen? I think somebody hijacked my monitor. I think so. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, let me pull up I need to see the comment section. Look at this. Lionheart, I think he anticipated the move because he threw it out there before we even got started. Lionheart, I popped my screen on. Oh, Shalom, Jabroni got one on there too. All right. Oh, Mrs. 4. Romy's in there too. Okay. Well, the man they called you. I can't scroll back up far enough to see who got it first. I'd rather not drink alone. You guys are my friends. Let's take a drink. You drink, I'll drink. We all drink, and we say we won't drink, but we will drink. Moving on. Here we go. Tomash is in here, our number one guy over in Israel. Make sure you say hello to Tomash. Tomash is our number one guy over in Israel. No, he's a real guy. He's really there, and he grabs a weapon and stands a post. He holds down that eastern border of the bottom of the glass nation, so the rest of us can live free of worry from attack from that side. That's an awfully big responsibility for one man, but he does it. He does it every week, day in and day out. Tomash is there. So if you see Tomash's name go across here, there's a Mrs. Ford. Please put up that Israeli flag. Let them know we support Israel, because we do. Gen X Talks, we do. We absolutely do. We love those guys over there. All right. New York Native 845, can we talk about aliens? No, that would scare me. We don't want to get me upset now. We have to always be considerate of people's feelings on the Gen X Talks program. Feelings are the most important thing. How someone feels about something is more important than the facts of anything. If you feel a certain way, it is so. We deem it so. Even if it's contradictory to science, if it's contradictory to the guy next to you, it doesn't matter. Your way is correct. Just feel. It kind of, it's like the 60s and the 70s. Just feel, man. You know, in the 60s and 70s, when they were getting stoned out of their fucking minds and Woodstock was going on, it was, hey, man, just feel. Just go with the flow. What you feel is okay. I love that part. Nobody in that era ever turned around and said, hey, man, however you feel is cool and also magically becomes true. No one ever said that. They knew when to stop. As fucked up on the Pineapple Express as you got, you knew where to draw the line. You get all fucked up and have a really good trip on acid or even a bad trip on acid, and you knew when you were done, you knew right from wrong. You knew left from right. You knew up from down. Men were men and women were, you knew that shit. It wasn't a question of like, I'm so fucked up in my head, I'm going to mind alter an epiphany, and I'm going to change the direction of common sense, dignity, pride, and gravity all at once. If I think I'm light as a feather, therefore I am. No, you're still a fat ass, just like me. Just letting you guys know. Cassandra H., new member. I never got a notification for the live. Just happened to pick up my phone and go to find some tunes. Cassandra, please join Patreon. One of the staff will put up the Patreon link for you. Please join Patreon. It's $1, but there's some behind the scenes stuff that's kind of cool to go see. And you always get an email. I wrote the email myself today before the program started. I shot off an email and said, hey, you guys, the show's going to start half an hour. We give you half an hour time. Cassandra H., please consider joining Patreon. It's $1. It's like $12 a year. That's like 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks, and you're covered. You get an email all the time. Now, just saying, I'm just talking out loud here, but it might be a good idea. Jason Bertrand, is the studio done getting rebuilt? Jason, we passed another part of inspection today. Tomorrow, I think that they're coming out tomorrow or the next day to put the anchors on. We get such high wind here, this thing may blow away. They're putting the anchors on this thing, and then they have one more inspection after that, and we're done. They can put the roof on, the shingles on, the door on. And just so you know, you guys will be glad to know, I had a guy come out to the house today, and I said, look, what we got to do is we got to cut the concrete right here. And there's 3 things we had to do. But the one thing for the studio is I said we need to bury a 3-inch conduit from the power box straight down, straight across, all the way back out to the shed and come up under the shed. Studio, okay? So the guy came out and gave me an estimate for that, along with, then my wife throws in that, we really could use a block wall over there. You got a block wall around everything, but there's 18 feet where you just left that old yucky wooden gate that you built that no one uses because it's too heavy and it's in a bad spot. And so my fat ass had to walk around the side of the building and go, I'm going to do a gate right full of pump, pump, pump. And he's like, we can do that too. So we got an estimate to throw everything together, and it's 3 jobs, well, 4 jobs, but the guy was very reasonable, and we just got to kind of get going on this stuff. Once we get past inspection, then we can get moving, and that's a good thing. The studio is a breath away from being done, which is a great thing. It's a really great thing, and I'm so excited about everything right now. I feel like drinking, so I'm going to try to do a microphone check. And here's what I'm talking about. I don't know if these microphones are working. I don't know if you can hear me clearly. All I can do is if I lower my voice to the harem level, this is my voice at the harem level. Now, I can't dim the lights. I can give you the look. See, I can tilt the head and give you the look, and I can bring the voice down to harem level. This is my harem level voice. This is the pillow talk voice. This is the level that we go to bring the ladies to the front of the line, get their attention, make them think twice, open their eyes, and draw near to me. This is the voice I use for that. Now, I can tell if that's working because then all the girls come running up front. However, I can't tell if the rest of the other octaves, I can't tell if we're getting anywhere. The other frequencies, I can't tell if we're getting anywhere. Now, I don't really have a good way to check a microphone. We can't do things the modern way. We can't fly this microphone into outer space on a space shuttle and swing it around by the cord and make sure it's working properly, because that's how you test a microphone. The only thing I can do is do it the old Irish way. And I only have a shot glass. Now, I can pour the whiskey into the shot glass But it's not a low ball glass. It's not a high ball glass. I don't know if I can pour it in here with enough effort to make you hear it. But if we can't hear the whiskey pouring into the glass on the microphone, we just need to turn off the live stream and go away. We just got to shut this fucking shit down. If the equipment isn't working properly, why bother? Why bother? So I'll try it, but I'm going to be looking for a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you guys don't hear it, you give me a thumbs down. We'll pull the plug. We'll say goodnight. It's over. If you guys can hear it, if the microphone test does work, because we're going to do this the old Irish way. We're going to test this microphone the way Marconi did it back in the 1700s. This is just how they used to do it back then. No. I read a book on that. In fact, I had a relative that used to be married to the second cousin-in-law of a guy named Marconi back in the day. I think he was from New Jersey. This is how they explained to me that you test a microphone. So, without further ado, let's get the technical shit out of the way. Let's get this part done. Can we hear the microphone or not? Is the microphone working? You guys ready? I'm going to do my level best. Ran out of room. Did it work? Thumbs up. Did anybody hear that? Thumbs down. Do we got to shut this live stream down? Is it over? Hey, Night Lover did it in there. Who else got me? Two Bears got me. Somebody else. I couldn't read that one by too. Oh, Jesus Christ. Richard Frank. Tina Plexico buys her gas at Texaco. Used to live in Mexico. She gave me a thumbs up. Marsha Whitfield, Barry Dano, our favorite Canadian to ship stuff. 2 thumbs up there. Tim in Indy says we're good. If he can hear all the way in Indianapolis, if Tim from Indy can hear it clearly, then so should you. That's a great pour if you can hear it in Indy. Come on now. Tell me I'm wrong. All right, I'll drink it right now. I was going to save it, but fuck it, I want to drink. John Morgan says we're okay too. Yes, those are training wheels. Yes, they are. I got another bottle of Woodford Heights. Which, remember when I was drunk and it really wasn't Woodford Heights, it was Woodford Reserve, but I was drunk and I called it Woodford Heights because there's a Woodford Heights near Lake Isabella. For those of you that are for the show, it's still funny. It's still funny to me, but we're drinking this tonight. All right, let's carry on. Where were we? Shall we say, shall we not? The shoeless one, Shoeless Joe Jackson, who I haven't quite got into my green label. That Shoeless Joe Jackson sent me some fine green label, highly illegal to get green label old number 7 across the Mississippi River. Somehow he did it. Somehow it's still here. I'm not turning them in. I'm not a fucking rat. No. Shoeless Joe Jackson just turned in 5 memberships here. Shalom Jabroni, Jason Mistletoe, Thomas Bicklericki, Jeff B., and Alan Lawson. And those aren't their real names, but I made some shit up as I went along. Sometimes it sticks. You just never know. Ask Mrs. Forwatton. Tomash, remember for 1 year, celebrating 75 years of independence today. My dear General. Tomash, that's great. I didn't even know you were 75 years old. That's fucking awesome. Who are you independent from? Was this when you moved out of your parents' house? I'm with you, buddy. I love you, man. Lo-fi in paradise. Let's talk about why there's no ice cream man anymore and why he is not selling margaritas in the summer. Interesting story, if you please. We had 8 kids here. We've raised 32 children. Gen X Mom almost brought up that we could be working on 33. And she's right. There might be a 33rd person beginning to enter that mix. We'll get into that later. But we had 8, 4 boys, 4 girls, and the ice cream people, men, women, whoever they were, they knew, boy, summertime come around. They come to this house. We're on a cul-de-sac. They'd come down to the end of the cul-de-sac, drive around in the cul-de-sac 13 times, music cranked all the way to 11. I mean, they Spinal Tap that shit all the way to 11. And man, the kids would come running. It was so funny because we have 8 kids. You all run out there. They go to find their quarters or dimes or nickels. Some kids, 2 of my sons would run to the car and try to get quarters and stuff out of the ashtrays. The youngest one, Kid Z, the one you know, he'd come in, Mom, because he's the littlest one. Can you give me $1? And she'd give him $1 and go out there. But I had one daughter, my millennial daughter. She was over today, and I love her too much. And that girl would just wait till all the kids ran out, and then she'd walk up to me in the garage, and she'd be like, Dad, is this money for the ice cream? And she knew that in one drawer in one of my toolboxes, I just kept lots of change in dollar bills. And she would just wait for everybody to run out, and she was not in a hurry. She'd come by, and she'd say, Dad. And she has these big puppy dog eyes. Oh, she can turn it on. This one daughter could turn, all my daughters have it, but this daughter, she aced it. And she would come out and say, she didn't do it today to me, so I didn't give her any money today. She was here today. She visited today. But she'd do that, and I'd give her like $12, $13. That was a wonderful experience. Do you know what wasn't a good experience? I had a Gen Z kid. I'll tell on him. I will tell on him right now. That motherfucker at 8, 9 years old, he'd go out there and he'd go, Dad, I don't really know what I want. What do you got? And I'm like, it's 10 or so, $20 bill or something, $15. He'd go out there and I'm like, well, he ain't spend $15 on the ice cream, man. He bought ice cream for everybody. He'd buy ice cream. That kid would go out there and say, well, you know, and truthfully, to be truthful, even though it was a wrong approach, unsanctioned, that was an unsanctioned ice cream operation. Not good. But he would go out there, truthfully, there was kids that would show up, no money. We had our neighborhood at that time, 75 kids. And there's a few of them that would run with the ice cream truck down to our street, our end of the street, because they knew there was a chance that if Gen Z kid was out there, they'd get an ice cream. They didn't have any money. Their parents would never give them money for an ice cream. And he'd come out. The bad part is that the more I was like, well, you know, if you had to buy it for a kid who didn't have ice cream, I'm all right with that. You know, enjoy your summer there, kid. So he'd buy ice cream for 5 or 6 kids. But then it got to be a $20 bill wouldn't cover it. He'd go down there and buy ice cream for everybody, come walking back up, and the ice cream guy wouldn't leave. I'm like, what's going with the ice cream guy? He says, oh, yeah, listen, I had to buy, I got 3 things for me, 1 for mom, 4 for that guy, 3 for this guy, 2 for those kids, and the twin girls came from around the corner. We're good, but you owe the ice cream guy $11 more. And I had to walk my fat ass out there and settle up with the ice cream guy because the ice cream guy gave it to him on credit, trying to feed the neighborhood. So to this day, there will still be ice cream. We don't have any kids anymore that have no. And they still come down here and circle like, I heard this was a hot spot. Yeah, 15 years ago. But it was always, the ice cream trucks changed, man. They really changed. They became like white panel vans, and I'm like, don't go up to that dude. Dad, but he's got all the real. No, I don't care. You get a fucking real ice cream. Don't buy a 1985 Ford panel wagon and a Econoline 250 with no windows, and then have a generator run inside and an air conditioner cut in the outside. That dude didn't have a freezer inside. No, that fucker had like a cooler inside, and the rest of it was probably a tear-stained mattress. There was no way I was letting my kids near that shit. Fuck that. Those guys you try to scare away. You know, the other ones you can let come and go. All right, enough about ice cream. Because clearly that's what that story was about. Did anybody catch everything I just said there? Oh my God, I rambled through so much of that so fast. The visions came back in my head. There's some of you scratch your head and goes, what the fuck is this dude talking about? But there's a handful. there's 5 or 6 of you that caught every single analogy and pull that I made from Spinal Tap to the tear-stained mattress. There's a few that caught all the way fucking on with that and are just laughing as much as I am. I'm not alone on that. I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Yeah, well, there's 5 or 6 people that are having a good time with me. So if that whole spiel offended you, then you're on the wrong fucking program, man. We're just having a good time. I'm still drinking. I haven't even begun to start drinking yet. So if you think that was fast paced, just wait, baby. It's getting worse. I even told Gen X Mom, I said, the next time I get drunk, I'm going to tell such a horrible, truthful story about you. You're going to have to call your brother, the Silver Fox, the Sun Valley Fox, and tell him not to listen. She goes, please don't do it. Please don't do it. I said, then get back in that kitchen and make me my pot pie. That's not true. I didn't say any of that. Got it. One more for the road. All right. T. Jefferson, holy hell, I've mostly seen you on shorts. Never seen you so animated and jacked up, full of charisma. Well, T. Jefferson, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching those hateful, stupid, bullshit ambush videos that you and everybody else seem to like so well. Appreciate that. But animated charisma, yeah, I'm a very charismatic guy. Just ask me. I'll be more than happy to tell you. You just got to ask. Where are we at here? Something's throwing a whole screen up there. Coin Master. Let's talk about the Bud Light controversy. There's not much to talk about. That's over. It was over when it started. Leave that one up there. Leave Coin Masters up there. Let me see who's in here. Ken Clements, welcome to being an extra. Ken, I hope everybody welcomed Ken. Ken, I got to be honest with you. You just signed on. You just paid money for you're on a bus now, buddy. You're on a bus on a mountain road going 90 miles an hour. We're barely hanging out of the corners. And by the time this live stream's over, we're all going to be banned. YouTube's going to kick us all the way off. Streamlabs is going to revoke our license agreement. And the whiskey's going to still be flowing. But you signed on to a bus that's going over a cliff. Because after we get banned, Ken's going to go, hey, man, can I get my money back on that? No, Ken, you can't. You can't. I'm sorry, buddy. We may have tricked you into signing up. We may have tricked you into being on this bus, but all the rest of us are very happy going through this mountain road. No windows, no doors, no nothing. Full on the gas, steering the best we can. No brakes, having a good time. Yeah. Are we going over the cliff? Of course we are. And we all know that. We know this live stream is going to go right over the fucking cliff and it's going to be a catastrophe and we're all going to have to separate and run before the cops show up. We know that. Problem is you didn't know that. Now, for that, I do apologize. You signed on. You had no idea what you're getting into. Ken, the first time you feel the wheels come off, jump out a window if you can. That's the first time the bus tilts. You get about 2 or 3 of those before it misses a corner. First time it tilts, Ken, jump. No shame. There's no shame in getting off this thing, all right? The rest of us, we're just hanging on for dear life anyway. All right, who else? Shalom Jabroni, my favorite guy named Shalom. It's the only one I know. $20, turn my whole screen orange. Been a minute. Glad I made it tonight. To each their own, but I refuse to take part of anyone else's delusions. Just saying. As do I. As do I. Well put, Shalom. Appreciate that. 2 Live Moo. Is that a play on 2 Live Crew? Is that like a 90s is that a play on that? Could be. I'm 55 years old. I get all those analogies and references at Gen X Talks. Good. There's 7 of us now. I like that. Kayla M, welcome to being an extra. Kayla, you're a chick, and I'd love to have you hang out at the back of this bus with all the cool people. That's where I'm sitting anyway. But I got a feeling you're going to need to be near the front door because if there's ever a chance that someone can get that door working, you're going to want to take off and jump out as quick as you can. Welcome to the bus. Welcome to the bus. I'm sorry. Kayla just joined a live stream that's going to end in about 35 minutes, and we're all going to get kicked off the air. I know it feels like a waste of money. I do. I understand that. But, hey, you joined up. That's on you. All right? What am I missing here? The thing's blowing up over here. Don't Ken Clemens still on here. New York native 845, salute general. I just think it would be an interesting topic. I don't mean to offend anyone. All these UFOs that are being recorded is a cool thing to conversate about. I appreciate you and your content. No, I'm just skipping over something that I'd have to spend a long time on. New York 845, 845. Look, man, just keep throwing stuff out there, man. Pretty soon something will stick. It's good. Zoe Michelle, $1.99. Salute. Let's get this party started. My girl, Zoe. Anytime Zoe says, let's get the party started, it's fucking time to get the party started. And you know that. Anytime a chick is the one who says, let's get going, everybody pays attention. All right. Poncho, 1576, $1.99. A big worm is our ice cream guy. He just said big worm is our ice. Yeah, he ain't selling no ice cream. You get your big curls, Poncho. Big worm is our ice cream guy. Nice fucking pull, my man. Nice pull. I'm liking that one a lot. Where are we at? Barry Dano, our favorite Canadian guy to send packages to California, $5.50. No snow cone trucks anymore either, but I make my own Captain Morgan rum-flavored snow cone. Well, you live in the Great White North, man. You can literally break an icicle off your roof, or you can walk outside and get a scoop of snow free of yellow. All you got to do is try, Barry. Kayla M. gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. There are 5 new people that get to go see the stuff you can't normally see. Chris Larson, Tino Wapple, William Billingsley, Jason Smith, and See Me Later. Nice name. See Me Later. Well, you guys now get to go back and scroll through the community section of Gen X Talks on YouTube. Just go find it. It's on the regular page. There's playlists, there's videos, there's stuff, but there's a community section. Click on that and scroll back to your heart's content. Who else is in here? Disney Mama Sammy Joe, the Sugar Mama, gifted 1 membership to Zilla25. Zilla, you're part of the club now, baby. Shalom Jabroni. Jabroni gifted 5 memberships, 2 Live Moo, Coin Master, Bo, that guy you don't know, the AVJ2, and David Harris. We're stacking them up, baby. We're stacking them up. You guys are going to get hooked. You guys are going to like it. They're all giving you the free taste of the candy. And what that's doing is it's drawing you in, and you're going to like it. You're going to enjoy it. And when they take it away from you at the end of 30 days, you're going to go, and then you're going to spend your own dollar. You're going to spend your own 99 cents. No. I'm being very open about the fact. Just like a drug dealer, you get the first taste for free, baby. That's what I heard from a friend, okay? Not me, but a friend told me that. All right. Barry Dano says, welcome aboard. Newbies, sit at the front. I know Barry's got a thing about that. Newbies at the front. He didn't like when you start walking to the back of the bus and you just got here. Barry meets you about halfway and go, just turn your new ass around and go back to the front. Haley Jolly, what's up? Sexy. I love hearing your voice and listening to. It's like therapy. Well, Haley just said my voice is like therapy. Haley moves to the front of the line. Haley should be a harem girl. I don't even know if those harem shirts are for sale anymore. I know Mrs. Fort Watton is the madam of the harem girls, but we need to do something for you harem girls pretty soon. Lionheart, get more with me for $1.55. Well, Lion, you are the original $1.55 whore. I'll give you that. Night Clover says $2. Friday's my birthday. Big 44. Love you guys. You're just beginning, my friend. Who are we at here? Loud one. $5. If you want off the bus, jump. I'm not stopping. Loud one is definitely driving this fucking bus. That's a crazy fucking Australian. He's driving the bus. I guarantee that. All right. I got to get away from the sheets for a minute. Let's go back to the poll. Are you guys drunk? Is there something wrong with you on this poll? Who is more likely to win this week's contract negotiation? Now, you guys know the contract is our anniversary. We don't call it an anniversary. We don't acknowledge the wedding date. That's the day we signed the first agreement in our contract with each other. And every year since then, we meet on the same day, April 30th, and we renegotiate the contract. Now, we're going to do it again this year. She wants to do it live. Oh, yeah. She wants to do it live on Saturday night, right in front of everybody. She wants to have live contract negotiations. Well, let's face it. I'm smarter than she is. I can out-talk her. I put her at a severe disadvantage. I can't believe you guys voted 56% to 44% that my wife would win the contract negotiations. That's just untrue. Not even possible. You guys, I don't know what you guys are thinking now. You know, to deal with you guys and the incompetence of how you answered that poll, I got to drink. Just so you know, I'm going to have to drink. I don't want to drink. I don't like drinking. The drinking's not my thing. I don't appreciate this at all. But I know the truth is at the bottom of this glass, and I know you all want the truth. And if I'm going to deal with you guys tonight, you basket of deplorables, to use a term from 2016, thank you, Hillary Clinton. The one contribution you made to my life is the term basket of deplorables. If I'm going to hang out with you guys, I must keep drinking. Now, I don't know what shot we're on here. It doesn't really matter, but I'm drinking out of an official Bottom of the Glass Nation shot glass. Oh, fuck. I just dripped it all over myself. My wife would call that a party foul. Shot glass number 200. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can see it better there. You can't see it at all, can you? I'm really fucking this up. It says right on it, BOTGN, Bottom of the Glass Nation. These are etched and numbered. This is number 1 of 200. Raise your hand if you, I want to know right now, raise your hand if you have a real Bottom of the Glass Nation shot glass. Only 200 were made. Some people bought 5, some people bought 8, some people got 1, most of you got none. There was 200. I want to raise a hand if you got one. If you own one of those. Lionheart's got one. Two Bears got one. Laura's got one. Ace Diamond's got one. Come on, raise your hand if you have one. Shoeless, I know, we're not making any more. I'm not going to just flood the market. Mrs. Fort Watton's got one. Miss Fort Watton got a few. Loud One's got one. Marsha Whitfield, Chush is in there. She's got one. I'm telling you, we're not making more. That's not how we roll. And it's, oh, look at how many people don't have one. I could probably make a few dollars if we sold. No, fuck it. We did it for a short time. That was it. That was all. Just like we did the Best Bar Ever shirt. I think we had that for sale. Best Bar Ever. Josh Maddox, my man. Thank you for that coming up with that phrase. What did we put that up for? 30 hours? That was it. You guys gotta get your shit together. We're not doing this to make a bunch of money. I'm not trying to sell 500 items. I'm not trying to sell 1,000. I want something that goes out there that's cool and unique. If it turns out we order something, it comes out shitty, what do? We give it away. We give that shit away. It's like, no, this isn't worth selling. I don't want any of you to receive a package and go, the quality is shit. Fuck that. No. We give that shit away if it doesn't come. But the stuff that's cool, the stuff that's really fucking cool, limited, buy it if you want to, then we're done. Yeah, we could have sold more shirts. The idea wasn't to sell 1,000 shirts and make money. The deal was for 30 hours, whoever got one, got one. That was the deal. Those shot glasses that were numbered, I love knowing that there's only 200 of them out there and they're numbered, and that's it. There's no more. That's the part I dig. We didn't duplicate numbers. There's not 6 number 5s and 2 number 2. No. 1 to 200, and that's it. And I'm not even sure if the Sun Valley Fox got one. Does anybody know if the Sun Valley Fox got one of those? Because the guy's really old and couldn't push the buttons to order one. So we know he didn't order one. Now, if somewhere in his AARP Lifeline dictionary, someone came along and bought one for him, or if his baby sister, my wife, Jenny's mom, gave him one, perhaps. But the chances that the Sun Valley Fox is actually drinking out of one of those, slim to none. Nah, fucking slim to none. Maybe, but I doubt it. All right, where are we at? There's more stuff, baby. There's more stuff. Let's see. Mrs. Fort Watton, Sun Valley Fox didn't participate yet. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Two Bear says the Sun Valley Fox is sleeping. Oh, yeah. It's after 6:30. Remember, he's old. He ate at 4:30. He's sleeping at 6:30. So we got to tone it down just a little bit, just in case his TV's on. You don't know. He could fall asleep in that old chair of his right in front of that TV and be nodding off right now. Every now and then bobbling his head around like a newborn baby doing one of these things, trying to figure out what he's doing. You know what? This is really, really young and really, really old. They all both act the same way. I love my brother-in-law's a cool cat. All right. Oh, who was that? Jennifer Christine Berg Schifel. I'm just going to call her Jennifer. Yes, I with the epic beard. Now, wait. Jennifer said, yes, I with the epic beard. You have an epic beard, or you think I do? Jennifer, I'm a little confused right now. Not that I wouldn't have a makeout session with you if you had a beard. I've made out with worse. Ashamed to say, and I love you. You're pretty. You're beautiful. But I got to know if there's a beard. Is that yes, you have a beard? Yes, I as in you, or yes, I? Hopefully it's me, but I don't know. You got to give me the rules here. I got to know what the rules are. I can't play. All right. Stuff. Jennifer. Wait, now she says getting divorced? I just made one okay, I won't make out with you. I'm just fucking around. Tell your husband not to get mad. What do you mean you're getting divorced? Jennifer Christine says she's getting divorced. If her husband's listening and filing for divorce just because I've got the beard and the voice, dude, I'm just fucking around. I'm just messing with you, girl. Come on now relax. Don't divorce Jennifer over my comments. Come on, I am not worth losing your chick over. That's for sure. Shalom, jabroni. You big T's, you should auction glasses off if you have any left. FYI, think Sherlock Holmes, drop the E and move the F. Did you just try to give me instructions how to say your name, jabroni? Shalom Jabroni says, you big T's, you should auction the glasses off if you have any left. FYI, he's telling me how to say his name. Think Sherlock Holmes, drop the E, move the S to the front of Shalom, just saying skull. Okay, look, can we just go along with Shalom Jabroni? You only I named that. I won't get confused that way. I'm telling you it's the truth. Who else is in here? Jennifer became an extra. Okay, now we understand. Jennifer Christine Berg became an extra. I started to make some making out comments. Her husband saw it, saw her joining up, decided she was on her path to being a harem girl, and divorced her. I get it. You're not the first girl that has gone through a divorce and wearing a pink harem shirt or a black harem shirt. You're not the first one. You won't be the last. But just realize there is a support group on this side of the fence. You have women that have already been through what you're going through. And I will tell you, when you divorce your husband and you put on the harem shirt, the General's Gen X dad, the General's harem girls, when you put that shirt on, I promise you the grass is greener on this side of the fence. It's all I can tell you. You just have to trust me. All right. What do we got? My God, there's stuff over here. We still got Coin Master up there. We'll leave that up there for a minute still. Richard Hash, Gen Z kid going to a 4-year college or going to do a trade. I have a Gen Z kid who is learning to weld. Guess he's pretty good. Now he wants to be a welder post high school. Keep him in that direction. Keep him in that direction. There's so many other things that when you're a welder, you learn other things. Your aptitude spreads out to a ton of stuff. You keep him on that path, that's great. Well, I should say her, him, or her. I guess you're saying he. I'm assuming it's a he because I'm really good at assumptions. Just ask me, I'll tell you. But my kid, 2 years at a junior college, going to get all of his basics out of the way. His core classes out of the way. Then he's going to transfer to Fresno State. We're selling the house, buying an RV, and we're leaving and not telling anybody where we are. No address, just a cell phone that you can't track. Yeah, that's our plan. At least we have a plan. Look at that, Disney Mama Sammy Joe. Sammy, it's almost like you planned that. You see who? Did you guys see who got Sammy Joe's membership? Frank Blee. Man, I haven't talked to Frank in a long time, and I still want to drive and have lunch with that guy badly. I mean, if there's a guy who's an inspiration for story of life to keep going and never quit, it's Frank Blee. Absolutely. Even if you guys don't know his story, when you guys see the name Frank Blee and you're about ready to give up, fuck you, don't give up, don't quit, because Frank Blee has been through the ringer, and that motherfucker is still here. So just associate that name with courage. Please do. All right. Shalom Jabroni gifted 10 memberships. Who got that? Q69. Oh, I can't see because she blocked it with that. Q69 something, but she blocked it with her thing there. Rebecca 1111. Mike Larry. Ron Schmidt. Wookie Wook. Keister. There's a dude in here named Keister Bunny. The fuck do you come up with? The dude's name is Keister Bunny. Tell me that there's not like at least 2 definite images you've got. Everybody hit the Keister Bunny. There's one of 2 things that popped into everybody's head. Don't lie. Don't pretend. Don't sit there and I don't know what you're talking about. I have no preconceived notions when someone says Keister Bunny. Yeah, you fucking do. Teresa Gammon, Tom Malloy, 1B, Anthon Fries. Hope that's his real name. That was a poor choice if not. Jennifer V, member for 2 months. General, if you were able to vacation anywhere in the world, regardless of funding, where would you go? Ooh, Jennifer V. You know what? I think to answer that question correctly, we need to seek answers in places we don't normally find them. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to pour the libation from here, all right? We're going to do that. We're going to seal that back up over here. I'm getting a little buzz going on because I haven't had a ton to eat, so always drink on an empty stomach. It takes you less to get hammered. And I'm going to try to find the truth to your answer. You have a question? I'm going to try to find your answer. Now, the truth is at the bottom of that glass. How do I know? I've been around a lot of bars my whole life, and the more people drink, the more times they get to the bottom of the glass. What do they do in a bar? Everybody starts talking. Everybody starts telling you what they think. You can solve the mysteries of the universe at a good old-fashioned American bar by drinking, because the truth and the answers are always at the bottom of the glass. And since we are the bottom of the glass nation, BOTGN, I think it's only fair to try to answer this question that Jennifer's asked by seeking it at the bottom of the glass. So, to all of you out there holding your glass, waiting for me to shut the fuck up and drink, here we go. All right, let's see. Let me scroll back up and see what's there. Jennifer V, member for 2 months. General, if you were able to vacation anywhere in the world, regardless of funding, where would you go? The problem is, and I'm going to tell you this honestly, and just like if you say you won the lottery tomorrow, you got $20 million, where would you go? And I know this is going to bum you out a little bit, so I don't give a shit. Don't just calm your dicks and tits, okay? Calm down. I'm fat, okay? There's some places I would love to go, but I'm too fucking big. You know, if I wanted to go someplace, they'd have to helicopter me in. Places that I used to be able to hike to like a demon. I'd throw my pack on and I'd fucking go. I'd throw up my Levi jacket, I'd roll up and use it as a pillow. I'd sit in a rainstorm all night. I've done all those things hundreds and hundreds of times, and I miss them. And I got too fat, and now there's places I would go, that I can't go. There's places I would go, I shouldn't go. Do any of you want to see me walking down a white sandy beach with turquoise water and a Speedo? No. Not one of you ladies raised your hand and said, oh my God, I can't wait to see that. No one did. And if any ladies did, you guys are drunk off your asses. Come hang out with me. So there's places I couldn't go because I'm too big. There's places I shouldn't go because I'm too big. And there's so many places around the world that I would still love to go see. Narrowing it down, I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could. But I probably could throw out 10 places that just pop into my brain and that I would say, I want to go to Pearl Harbor. I want to take, not even Hawaii. I'm not trying to go to the Hawaii. You don't got to put a lei around my neck. You don't got to give me a drink and a coconut. I just want to go to Pearl Harbor and see some of that. I'd love to go to Midway Island. I would love to go to Jerusalem and see Tamash and actually walk on some of the places where Jesus was. I'd love to go to the pyramids. I'd really love to go to Mrs. Forwatton's house and sit on her porch and enjoy a mason jar full of hooch that she made in her own still out back and watch fireflies go down the road. I have a list of things that are on my mind. Those are just some of them. But if now if Jennifer V is a multi-billionaire and she's just taken some notes and she is going to fund this trip, if Jennifer V is asking because she's in a position to take my fat ass somewhere and she just decided tonight, you know what, General, where do you want to go? And then she's going to take me there. Honestly, take me back east to Mrs. Forwatton's house. Let me just sit out there with her, talk about the old days. I would enjoy that as much as pretty much anything else. And my wife, I'd like to have my wife with me by my side, sitting in a rocking chair, hanging out. That's what I'd like. Jennifer V, if you're funding that trip, and that's a toss-up, because Midway Island, where you're not allowed to go, is another toss-up. Just got to say. All right, where are we? Terry Knowles, I jumped on the top of the bus and been trying to hang on ever since. Terry, is that you fucking kicking up there? I told Loud One, someone's on the top of the bus hanging on, kicking their feet, they're denting. Is that you? Well, sorry, dude. We're not slowing down. All right, if we go through a toll booth or we got to cross the border back into California when they're going to ask us about fruit flies and shit, yes. Other than that, you're just going to have to hang on. All right. Smithy, UK, hello from Oxford, England, working the graveyard shift. Smithy, thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in at such an odd hour. Loud one, dropped in $10. Turn my whole screen yield. Welcome to the bus. To all those that are getting on, be prepared to grab the rail and jump because our brakes have been gone for months and no stopping anywhere. We can't even slow down for corners. Now, that's bullshit. We could slow down for corners. See, Generation X, I'm going to tell you guys a term. I'm going to say a word that's going to cause millennials and Gen Z to leave. You're going to have to leave the live stream. You're going to have to go figure out what the fuck I'm talking about. You're going to have to figure out what this word is. This one word is a term. It applies to slowing the bus down without brakes. There's a bunch of Gen Xers already know what I'm going to say. They're typing it in the comment. I know exactly what word he's going to say because how do you slow down a bus when there's no brakes? We know. There's already people going to say it. But for you millennials and Gen Zs that have no fucking clue to what I'm talking about, you're going to have to leave the live stream, go look it up, go watch a YouTube video, then come back. Please, when you come back, do us all a favor. Do the grown-ups a favor. Can you sit at the little kid table? You know, the card table over in the corner of the living room. You don't even get to be in the kitchen. It's kind of where the two dogs hang out. It's by the couch with all the coats on it. From everybody who showed up, there's a couch with coats. There's a couple dogs eating in the corner. And then there's a little kid table. It's got one of those cheesy little shitty paper throwaway tablecloths on it. That's where you guys are going to sit. Because when you don't understand the word I'm going to tell you, when you're trying to figure out how to slow a bus down without brakes, and you go look it up, when you come back to sit with us, you got to sit over there. Ready? The word is downshift. Loud One is lying to you. He could slow this thing down. It's called downshifting. Now, you don't really know what downshifting is unless you have a stick transmission. Oh, I know. You guys are going to say, you could take an automatic and you could downshift it. However, 90% of the cars today will not just go from drive to first gear. The computer controls that. When you shift your shift lever, you're requesting, can I please be in drive? When you push the button, can I please be in reverse? You're requesting. The computer decides what you're doing. Don't even tell me you can downshift going 75 miles an hour from drive and pull that automatic lever down into first and it's going to lock up those tires. Bullshit. Now, in a stick, that's a whole different thing. If you can go, if you can push that clutch in at 75 miles an hour, if you can grind that fucking shifter into first gear, I guarantee when you let that clutch out, something's going to give. Nobody fucking knows what I'm talking about. There are literally 75 people in here shaking their head. What the fuck is this dude talking? Do you understand? I don't understand what he even fucking means. Are we on the right live stream? What the fuck, man? But there's a few of you, there's 6 or 7 of you that are laughing, raising a drink, know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. All right. Jesus Christ. Hold on, I got to reposition myself. I'm slinking down in my chair. Can't do that. All right. I rolled back up, top and center. I'm going to keep drinking. Where was I? Coin Master, let's talk about the Bud Light. We'll still get to that, leaving that up there. Loud one, I could slow it down with compression braking, but I'm not going to. See, I knew it was a choice. Barry Dano, hey, I just bought an old prison bus and 50 orange coveralls. I need 50 volunteers to suit up and ride with me to Walmart and jump out and run. You know what you really ought to do? Get 50 people with darker skin and pull up to an immigration office and run. Put handcuffs on everybody. Pull up there and let them all run. Everybody in immigration, the immigration office would run out. Just yell, La Migra! And then have to. That's a funny joke, man. That'd be good. James Wheeler, General, I know you are a smart man, as you well. James Wheeler, General, I know you are a smart man, but clearly I can't read. And you, as well as me, that Gen X mom allowed you to even have a chance to write the original contract in the first place. Well, James, that's where you're wrong. Many of you have asked me how I got my wife to marry me. That's a fair question. That's a legitimate question. If you've seen her and you've seen me, if you've listened to her and you've listened to me, that's a fair question. That's probably one of the most common questions I get is, how did you do it? How did you get her? Well, I got to tell you, I did it the same way most of us got our women. My age, my era, the way most in my era got their women. We lied. Yeah, no, of course we did. We promised them things they would never have, places they would never go, things they would never see. And by the time they realized we were full of shit, 8 years had gone by. She had already been pregnant with 3 kids. It was over. I don't have to live up to any of those promises anymore. Yes, I realized I forgot something, and you guys are right. I do apologize. I wasn't even thinking clearly. Stand by, citizens. No one is donating on PayPal because I didn't put up the PayPal link. Sorry. You guys got to forgive me. The first thing on my mind isn't always fucking money, and I do forget those things. Hang on. Let me get there. You go. If you want to hear Gen X Mom's voice, donate something on PayPal. It's going towards the studio. She'll come in here. She'll talk on the phone or on the camera or on the microphone and everything will be hunky-dory. Okay. So, James Wheeler, I hope that answers your question correctly. Barry Matthews, my first time on a live cast. Love it. Thank you, Barry. Stick around as long as you can tolerate us and then leave when you can't handle it anymore. All right. Where was I? R2D2 has got to be moving here. What the fuck is going on? I'm fucking sweating my ass off back here. I literally am sweating like a fucking whore in church right now, and I don't know why. I think my wife waits until the live stream starts when she knows I can't do shit about it, but she also doesn't know I have the app that can change that shit. So we're going to do it right now. Yeah, let's turn that down to about 60 degrees. That ought to set her right. All right, that's done. And then let's make sure R2D2 is pointing in the right direction. R2, little clicky there. Yeah, buddy, coming along. All right, so here we go. Now within moments, I should be back to normal. All right, so let me tell you something. The shed, the studio, is getting built. If I had to tell you, honestly, we're at Tuesday. By Saturday's show, the studio should be completely built. And that's just the shell. That's just the tough shed part. That's just the barn part. We can give a walkthrough. We can show you stuff. We'll do it. We'll show you the whole thing. That has nothing to do with the inside. You know what's really funny? And I would do the same thing, just so you know, I'm going to say the same thing. Everyone's like, well, we want to help you. We want to support you. And if you put up an Amazon wish list, we will jump in and we'll give you a couple bucks to help get that studio up and running. We have some stuff and we can do that. And I've been cashing in my aluminum cans. So we put it off for months. People were getting mad. Where's your wish list? Where's the Amazon list so we can help fund the studio? So I finally put the list together, and my wife revises the list, and I think we've sold like 3 things on there, or we got 3 things. Hey, and my beautiful wife is here.
Hello.
So tell me if I'm right. We got like 3 things on the list because I think everybody goes to the Amazon list to try to help for the, for the studio, and they look at what everything costs like, holy fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's just too much. Now, my wife did a very smart thing. I took her to lunch today as part of my 7-step plan to win contract negotiations. What have I done for you? I gave you random.
I got flowers for no reason on Sunday, just because it was Sunday.
Yeah.
On yesterday, I got ice cream delivered to the house.
And you got Saturday, I think, one of the days you got your Amazon list. You had some things you wanted on there.
Oh, that has trickled in.
I surprised
a few days.
you?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And then today we went out to lunch.
Yeah. So, but today at lunch, she did something smart. We realized the Amazon list, it's not for beginners. I'm going to have trouble with the Amazon list getting all the stuff for the studio. There's some stuff on there. It's not cheap. It's not. And I know if I was donating stuff to you guys, I'd be like, God damn it, fuck. It's hard to do anything. So she went in and put on some Amazon card, $25, something small. You don't got to sign on for a $300 something or other. You go like, look, just take $25. Then we can get a few of those and buy the something or others. So just so you know, if anyone has a chance to put out the list, I don't know. Does anybody have that list, Jules?
The link, yes.
The link for the mods do, right? For the wish list, drink a lot. Okay? Drink heavily.
And I can post it also.
And then go to the list. And remember that Gen X Mom will really, really love you if you go to that list drunk. Oh, her undying affection will
I will make sure that the gift cards go to the appropriate things.
Yes, she will. So just so you know, that's one big thing. All right.
I also have a PayPal from Mrs. For $50. Negotiations prep for mom. Dining room table fund.
Why did we got it? Why? Okay, it's not that I'm not happy about Mrs. Farwatton's little typing of the words handsome. I do miss that when it's not there. But she always comes in on Gen X Mom's side. Always. All right? I gotta say I'm a little off put by that. That everything goes to, just, what about this guy? What about this guy who rambles incoherently for an hour? Don't I count? Don't I count for something? I think I do. All right, hold on. We can do one more thing here. Let me find something. I'll get my keyboard out. Bum, 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 bum. We're doing a little poll here, and the question is, I don't even know what to write on that. I have to wait on that. I got to think about that. I got to think. I got to put that away for a minute. That doesn't seem right. I got to stop that shit. All right, where am I at? Let's finally go to Coin Master. Let's talk about the Bud Light controversy. All right. We all have been seeing the Bud Light controversy for a couple weeks now. It's been talked about to death. We got it. There's really not much more to add or take away. So basically, the rest of us can sit back and tell Anheuser-Busch, we told you. We told you so. And when Anheuser-Busch replies and goes, well, what did you tell us? What do you mean you told us so? What do you mean? What'd you tell us? What did you tell us? We told you that you couldn't push your values or a small minority's values upon the rest of us and have us be okay with it. Americans will push back. Eventually, Americans will push back. If you do, there was a bunch of research done, and the entire LGBTQ community is 3% or less of American citizens, of the citizens of the United States. 3%. That's by their own admission. Now you raise your hand. 3%. Why is the 3% dictating to the 97% how we're supposed to behave? We don't mind. We're not even it's not even tolerating you. We just accept you. You can't say, well, we want you to tolerate us. Well, we're not tolerating you. That would indicate that we don't like it, but we're putting up with it. We're tolerating. We're not doing that. We don't mind at all. We're just accepting you. It's okay. You do you, I'll do me. It's when you take things too far. It's when you force yourself to the front of the line. It's when you force yourself on us, when you say, you will address me as. You will acknowledge me as. I'm not acknowledging you at all. We're both working at McDonald's flipping burgers. You're there. I'm here. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you're doing in your bedroom. I don't give a shit how you dress or what you do. I'm here to flip burgers and get paid. But that's never good enough. That's never good enough for you guys. You guys see that as us just going, dude, whatever, man. I don't care about what I'm doing. Leave me alone. You don't care about what you're doing. Leave you alone. I'll do me. You do you. You don't have to worship my way of thinking. I don't have to worship yours. Let's just get along and flip burgers at McDonald's, man. We're shoulder to shoulder. The fries are buzzing. Go get the fries, man. I'll get the shake. Let's go. That's never good enough. I don't know why it's not good enough. And I'm just speaking from common sense. I'm just speaking from a guy who's been on this planet half a fucking century. You guys see that and like, well, I don't want to just be accepted. I want to be acknowledged. All right, we acknowledge you. There you are. Good job. Well, I don't want to just be acknowledged. I want to be celebrated. Fuck, celebrated. I don't want to celebrate you. All right. You celebrate it, fine. You have a day of the year for you guys. Hooray, go. I don't have a day of the year for me. I don't have a White History Month for me. I don't have a 55-year-old white guy with a beard heterosexual day for me, but fine, we'll celebrate you. Do your own thing. Well, I don't want to just be celebrated. I want to be the most important thing you think about in your life. I want you to obey what I'm to be called, how I'm to be viewed. I want you to understand, and the words that come out of your mouth need to relate to the way I say I, until I go, all right, you fucking lost me at the third I. Because we all live here, asshole. You don't like me because you're, minority, transphobic, homophobic, racist, or whatever term you're going to say. No, I'm none of those things. I don't like you because you're an asshole. You could be a regular white heterosexual guy. You're being an asshole. That's why I don't like you. Has nothing to do with your sexuality, has nothing to do with your minority status, has nothing to do with anything you like or don't like in your personal bedroom life. If I disagree with you and you say, well, you're just phobic. And I'm not phobic, you're just a dick. You're an asshole. Am I not allowed to dislike someone or disagree just strictly on the fact that they're a fucked up individual, they're just being a jerk? Well, I'm not a jerk. You're just phobic of some sort. No, I'm not phobic. I really don't care one way or the other. You just pushed into my face so much that I realize you're an asshole. So I'm calling you an asshole. Well, you have problems. No, you have fucking problems. It's not always just me. Do you guys realize that heterosexuals can be assholes? Gay people can be assholes. Black people can be assholes. White people can be assholes. Is that not possible anymore? Is there no tolerance for the fragrance of human nature anymore, that we can't understand that someone's not a thing, a way, a something? Why is everything judged on the claims you make that you are? Maybe is it possible that someone's just a dill hole? Is that it? Well, you're racist. I'm not racist. You're just an ass. Had nothing to do with your color. You're just an asshole. You ever think of that? Yeah, time to drink. before I go too far, I don't even want to bring that around full circle. I want to. I could do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to drink. You know why? Got to get off that topic here. You just got me going. Bus is getting ready to go over the clip. The YouTube algorithm's getting ready to shut us down. Can't handle the truth, man. You know why? Because the truth is you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Oh, fuck. That was a nice pull, and you know it. Oh, go smoke a toads in here. Smicky! I'm loving Smicky. All right. I'll back off. Let's go a different direction. Something more pleasant. Something nicer. Let's find a topic that we can... I would say let's find a topic that we can all agree upon, but I guarantee that a lot of people in this room, at least 7 of you in this room, would be more than willing to raise a glass on just the words I spoke right there. But before we get canceled, let's move on. Shalom Jabroni. Gifted 5 memberships. Skunked Ape, Philip Mode, Channel, Gary Vaughn, Kenneth Martinez, and Daniel Jenkins. You guys are now part of the club. The Sun Valley Fox has a 4 number, has 4, whoa. The Sun Valley Fox has 4 numbered shot glasses, 126 through 129. And yes, he just woke up. Now, part of that I believe. He just woke up. Jennifer says $2 because she's the $2 whore. She'd like to be. I would be proud to make her that. Loud one, $5. After driving my rig all day and swapping cogs, then I jump back on the bus. I'm done shifting. We stay in that dash cog. He doesn't care. Michael Dawson, Gen Z kid pay his ticket. No. His ticket is going to go to a bench warrant pretty soon. He has not paid his ticket. Michael Dawson, 1967. You guys see the name M. Dawson go through here? Just so you know, that dude has been around since the beginning of fucking time. He's one of the original founding members of the Bottom Glass Nation. He's been here since before the nation was even formed. That guy has been around on every platform, every time, every place. Huge contributor. He was the first person to ever put a Gen X Talks bumper sticker on his rig and drive it across the country. I don't know if he still got it. He never really said, but he sent us a picture two and a half years ago where he took the very first Gen X Talks bumper sticker and he drove that fucking thing everywhere his big rig went. Thank you for doing that. One of the original guys. Rico Conte, you getting ventilation system general? We are. One of the things on the list is a heat and control temperature. And then along with that, Lionheart, who's going to be flown out here and do this thing, he's going to put in the ventilation system for the fan so we can rotate the air and keep the temperature. But the temperature control system is like $700 and some bucks. And that's going to have to be, if I've got to pay for that, it's going to have to be one of the last things I get. It's just too much money. Poncho1576, I drink Guinness anyway. When I do, though, the wife makes me sleep on the couch. She says the farts smell like motor oil and burnt rubber and Sasquatch. What does burnt rubber and Sasquatch smell like? Now, to me, that might be a cologne I'd wear. You never know. Rico Conte, you getting ventilation? We talked about that. Steve Bloys, got the address. Would you like a Doug Fir coffee table, raw edge custom gel coat, pure Canada? Steve, pay attention to me. If you want my wife to fall in love with you forever, would be dying for something beautiful like that. Email her, genxmom@genxtalks.com. genxmom@genxtalks.com. You want to have a real conversation about a real deal like that? Spare no expense and just have the conversation. Just take the time to have the conversation. And my wife is back. My lovely wife is back.
Hello.
Yeah.
I have to go take care of the animals. So Trippy's going to be in the sheets.
Trippy's in the sheets.
Also, you received $150 from Loud One.
Loud One?
Yeah, he says, Shush said I'm not allowed to donate more than her. So I'm donating more than she thinks she was going to. Studio fun. Love you, Shush. Now charge your phone and donate, damn it.
Well, what happens? I got a question. You know, Chips runs that marriage, as all women do. What happens? I'm asking you this as a woman. What happens when Shush just comes in and donates a huge amount of money and then tells Loud One, go pay for that?
That's what I do.
That's what's going to be something. She's just going to say, go do it. All right, hold on. I got something to show you. Hold on. This is important. This came today. This is am I getting this right? a hand-carved, what is it again?
Cutting board.
Cutting board, all right? Hold on. You guys got to see this.
From Bissell Family Farms.
Bissell Family Farms. This thing just feels divine.
It's from follower Nathan. I think that's his name on here. I'm not sure if he has
There was something else on here.
might be.
Anyway.
Bissell Family Farms in Ohio.
In Ohio. This is beautiful. I can't even tell you how good this feels. Someone sanded this with 2,000 grit sandpaper. That's how it feels. But what came with it was also something. Maple syrup. Now, I haven't had that maple syrup since that follower, that viewer, that fan sent me that stuff from Vermont. I can't find it. I can't buy it. I still got the bottle. So, these guys sent this. Hang on. I got my fucking screen in the way. Stand by, citizens. All right. Got to see what I'm talking about here. All right. 2 things of maple syrup. The bourbon barrel, and this one is rum barrel. Bourbon and rum, and believe me, I'm going to try these as soon as I can. God, they're in glass.
I'll have to make you some homemade waffles.
Oh, yes. The homemade waffles, those big Belgian-style ones you do. Oh, they're so delicious. Real wax. This isn't just a fucking, twist off. Not a Bud Light top. Pun intended. And this is some real shit, and I can't wait to try it.
Also, follower first name Irving sent me a Wisconsin Starbucks mug today.
Oh, yeah, you got another mug. I thought, that program got shut off. There's some followers in here who remember the Starbucks program for the cup. Yeah.
I'm still missing some, but now I got to figure out where I got to put. If I'm going to get more, where am I going to put them all?
Well, we haven't been talking about it much, but I'm glad you got that. Who gave that? Irving, thanks for the mug. She really, really likes it. She made me look at it. We talked about all the little drawings on it. I have to participate. I have to show interest. That's my job as a husband. That's your job, too. All right. Trippy Pineapple is between the sheets. He's got something going on here. Boy, he just wrote a bunch of stuff. Michael Goss was gifted a membership by a Loud One. Brody was Loud One gifted. Okay, so it's Brody, Michael Goss, Uncle Mau Mau. I see what you're trying to do there, Trippy. Peas Doc and Home of the Brave and Jeff. Everybody got a Gen X Talk membership. What? You're back in
Mrs. Four's a little feisty tonight.
I swear to God, if Mrs. Four gets feisty with me, I'm going to have another drink.
Slow your roll there.
Right, I'm sorry.
Take a breath.
Woosah.
Rub your ears. Okay. Mrs. Four, $150.
Oh, my God.
I'll match Shush's man studio fund.
Oh, my God. Mrs. Four just stepped up right there. And Loud One, on behalf of Shush, did $1.5 billion. And Mrs. Ford, without hesitation, just knocked it down with, I got you.
Madam Harem Lady, she takes care of her harem girls.
She really wants me out of your living room, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
She wants me out of here and into the studio where you can have your elegance back.
Yes.
I think Mrs. Ford realizes I'm cramping your style, your style just a little bit. Oh, God, I love you guys so much. She did. She just called out Loud One. Poncho1576. I drink Guinness. We talked about that one. Alice Werwick. Welcome to being an extra. Alice. I'm going to have to start with an apology, Alice. Does this not seem like a good time to drink? I think so. All right. Let's pull out. You know what I almost grabbed? I almost grabbed the fucking syrup. If I start downing shots of maple syrup, somebody fucking call an ambulance right away, because there's going to be me on the floor in a coma. I swear to God, I'm already drunk enough where I'm grabbing the syrup instead of the Wooford Heights. All right, Alice Werrick, welcome to being an extra. Alice, I don't know if you're still on. I hope you are. But I want to apologize. The reason that you signed on tonight is because we tricked you. We told you we were going to be loving and warm and fun and fascinating. And you paid some money. You became an extra. You can't have that money back. It's mine now. You're never getting it. But the truth of the matter is we lied. And we are all a bunch of degenerates. And all we did was throw you into the deep end of the pool with no floaties. So I hope you're ready. Alice Warwick, this one's for you. I hope you can swim, sweetheart, because if you can't, you're in beyond elbow deep. Go ahead, sweetheart. You're back.
This is from Shush. Are you ready? A PayPal from Shush.
All right. Shush. Not loud one, not her husband.
No.
All right. Shush.
Shush.
Is in.
151.
she did it by $1. He's like $151.
Because that's what I used to drink. Loud one. You get to play. You get to pay, but not play.
Because that's
Studio
That's
fun.
the way women roll. They're like you get to you. Shush did what every woman does. She's spending the money. Loud one's got to cover the debt. But that did. Okay. Again, Generation X, old school people. Tell me you don't understand this. Shush just did $151. Mrs. Four had just done $150. Was that not a Price is Right move? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I fucking talking to the trees here? Is that not reminiscent of I'll bid Bob, I'd like to bid $151. Tell me when you're sick and you're home and your mom rubs the Vicks vapor rub on you and you're eating Campbell soup and grilled cheese and you're watching Price is Right because you're 6 years old or 7 years old and you missed school that day. Tell me that's not. Am I the only one who did that? Am I the only one who was watching Price is Right when they had Vicks rub and Campbell soup and grilled cheese? Wasn't $151 the bid that someone down in the contestants row? Come on down. And they see the bids and they bid $1 more? Come on. I cannot be the only person who remembers that. I cannot be the only person who thought that. Jesus H. Tap Dancing Christ. That's from Blues Brothers, by the way. It's a nice pull because I'm the general. That's why. Jesus Trippy. You didn't finish Loud One's gift, FYI. 10 memberships. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Cargo Ferg, Paulette Slade, Dagnar D, Andrew M, and Corey Carroll. You all have now access to the cool shit. You just got to go find it on the YouTube community section. All right, Trippy, am I done there? Kayla M gifted 5 memberships. Kayla M, I love Kayla. Robert Branch, go smoke a tote. No. Okay. Joe S. All right. You see, Trippy, the way you're doing these is fucking me up. Jay Suffixer, Paul S., and Lord Killer. But Trippy just is lazy. He fucking just groups the whole thing and wants me to sort it out. It looked like Go Smoke a Toad needed a membership. I swear to Christ, if I have to get on the phone and call Smicky and ask her why she needed him, I'll fucking do it. And Smicky knows I will. Smicky! She knows I'll call her. I've done it before. and instead of Trippy, when I call out Trippy for fucking up and just being lazy and grouping 30 things together that I got to go read, he grows, learn how to read. It's not being efficient if you slow down the program, Trippy. You know, if you're going to fuck around over here in the sheets, do it right. I'm not accustomed to being in the sheets with another man. This is foreign to me. I'm having trouble with this. He writes, learn how to read. At least you didn't cuss me out this time. Loud one. Really, Mrs. Four? Ooh. He goes, really, Mrs. Four? Now, Loud one could come back with a $152 perhaps on PayPal. It could happen. Now, remember, Gen X Mom is out with the chickens. I want to tell you what I'm going to do. I've learned on Streamlabs, the security cameras I have, I can take their signal and make them a feed where we can all look. Yes. That's true. So I could put it out there on the chicken, the garden cam. I don't have it set up right now, but next time I'm going to do that. We can see the studio. We can see the chicken cam. I've got 19 cameras inside and outside my house. We can definitely put them on a feed and see what she's doing. I just didn't think about it. I didn't know she was going to go do the chickens at this time. Or, I would have done it. All right. Trippy, I got to tell you, something's wrong with my sheets. I can't get back up to where you are. Oh, Haley, Jolie, how do I become one of your harem girls? Well, I'd love to give you a big fat lie and tell you it has to do with nudity. and see if you would succumb to the peer pressure. But the truth is, you just have to buy a harem shirt. I don't know if the harem shirts are still for sale. If they are, then you go and do it. If they're not, Gen X Mom, real quick, someone's asking about harem shirts to become a harem girl. Are they still for sale, or do they have to email you?
I think they're still up, but if they don't see them, they can still email me.
If you don't see a pink or a black harem girl shirt, that's all you got to do. And then, of course, you do have to call me personally on the phone and pledge your undying loyalty to me. That's a key. Every woman's done it. If it's not up there for sale on the merchandise for the genxtalks.com merch, then email genxmom@genxtalks.com. Just tell her what's going on. She'll get you squared away.
I also have another PayPal.
You do?
Yes.
Now,
Loud
did you
one.
come back in, or did you finish your chickens?
I didn't finish them.
No, I didn't think you did. Go ahead.
$175 from Loud One.
Wow.
I don't go down without fighting. I'm steering this damn bus, and we all gonna drink or die.
Well, if that's the choice, is drinking or dying, Loud One. I don't want to die, so I'll drink. All right. I'll pour another one. What are we on? Shot 8, 9 right now? Come on now, let's go. You know the Sun Valley Fox tried to keep up with me, and that dude's already fucking passed out in his chair. I guarantee the Sun Valley Fox's wife, who is a lovely, precious, divine woman, I can't tell you how much I think of her. I could never overstate that. And I guarantee what she did is the Sun Valley Fox is already in bed. He ain't listening no more. She took his old ass in his wheelchair, ran him down the hallway at full speed, hit the bed, and let him flop into the bed, threw a cover on him, shut the door. He's done for the night. Now she can enjoy her evening. No. That's the way it goes. That is absolutely the way this goes. All right. Chat is saying hydrate, and I agree. Well, Trippy and everyone, if you guys want me to hydrate, because some of you know what that means, some of you knows about my throat condition where it swells up, and here's our choices. I have Coca-Cola. I have Woodford Heights. I have in my hand, which you just took away, maple syrup. And then I have this. So what would you like me to hydrate with? There's no water around here. Okay, we will hydrate because I am under the impression that Woodford Heights does have some water inside of it. Just like chocolate cake has eggs and milk and is suitable for breakfast, as you all know. Whiskey has water in it and is suitable for hydrating. If you are stuck on a raft out in the South Pacific and you have to wait for the USS Enterprise to come by and save your ass after the Battle of the Coral Sea, whiskey is an adequate and fulfilling sustenance to replace water. Why? Because it has water in it and it will let you tolerate the fragrances of nature. All right, hydration done. Who'd I miss over here? Come on, I missed something. Loud One gifted 10 more memberships, but I can't see what they were. So, all right, let me try to get back to where I was. Oh, I'm fucking that up, aren't I? Wow. I really fucked the chat up. I don't even know how to get out of that. Jesus Christ, what did I do there? Let's see if we can get back to it there. Tim and Indy, $9.99, turn my whole screen yellow. Here's to riding the bus in the bottom of the glass nation. Tim, you've been on this bus for a long time, baby. You know how this goes. I can't get out of this. Oh, there it is. Thank God I'm back. All right. Reading the stuff in here. Patrick said hydrate. I did. Sandy's talking to Mrs. 4. Uncle Mama talking to Loud One. Kevin Grimes talking to Mrs. 4. Josh Maddox saluting Tim. Thank you very much. Reality talking to Trippy. See, you guys are having your own conversation. You don't even need me anymore. All right. I'll keep talking. We got stories to tell. All right. That and older gifted membership. Get it together. Okay. Trippy, don't give me instructions. You may look like my mother, but you're not. Remember that. All right, so there was stuff to say. I want to tell you what happened today. I took my wife, I took Gen X Mom to lunch, and had a drink of whiskey. We went to Applebee's on Ming. Aaron is the bartender there, and he's a fucking great guy. I mean, I get along with him famously. We've been going to him for a long time now. And we get there right as they open. We avoid the crowds. We get there we can get in and out pretty quick. And I did not do this to impress my wife. I did not do this to impress my wife. You following along? I want to preface that. However, let me get the double talk out. Oh, are you back? I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah, I just received another PayPal.
From?
Kayla. She's brand new.
Brand new. Love Kayla.
She did $151 and didn't say where it was going.
Because Kayla loves me. Kayla dropped $151. She didn't say it went towards the studio. She didn't say it went
It's going toward the
table.
studio.
She didn't say it went towards
It's going toward the studio.
No.
It's going toward the studio.
We have a rule around here, unallocated funds.
Right now, all allocated funds are going to the studio.
Who are you to decide that?
I'm the chief financial officer.
I hate that. So we were at the restaurant today, and I ordered a shot of Jack. My wife had a Diet Pepsi today, and we just clanked our glasses with no one there but us, and just talked about some things going on in the future. And who sat down right next to me? This old couple. They had to have been in their late 70s. They didn't sit across from the table from each other. Notice I'm paying attention. He had a Marine Corps hat on. I don't remember where it says he served. He had his division on there. And she was younger than him, so not by a lot. And they sat next to each other, and they came in together. I don't know if I can describe this to you the way older people walk together versus younger people. There is a difference. And they came in and sat right next to us. We were carrying on. We were talking with other people in the bar. We were talking with the bartenders. We're talking with the general managers. When I go to a place like that, I get everybody involved. It's fun. And I brought the manager over and I said, I want to pay for their lunch, whatever they're having. And he said, okay. So they got done, and the gentleman, probably 78 years old or so, 77, he's trying to pay his bills, trying to pay his check, and he couldn't do it. And they said, it's covered. And they finally came over to me, and I'm like, yeah, we paid for your stuff, and he wanted to know why. And I said, I just wanted to pay for your meal as a thank you. I love seeing people that have been married 40 and 50 and 60 years. I told him, I said, you are a living, walking, breathing testament to fixing things when they're broken or damaged. You don't throw them away and get a new one. You don't throw away your marriage and get a new one. You work on things, you fix things, you stay together. I said, the fact that you are out in public showing everybody that you are still married. You helped your wife into her seat. You helped her with the menu. She helped you order. You guys were helping each other with your forks and napkins. You're very quietly a living example of what I would love to be one day. And that man had walked over to our table, and he stood up a little taller. He stood a little straighter. We shook hands, and I said, thank you. Thank you very much for living the life that is an example of an era gone by, of morals, values, and common sense beyond mine. And I said, it's a small way for me to say thank you for being who you are. There is some small reward for what you've done. There is some small acknowledgement for what you've done with your marriage. Thank you. And I'm telling you, that man, he stood a little taller. Then my wife said, and thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've done. The wife began to smile and chime in. Oh, we have kids and grandkids, and we've been married. And she just kind of told the whole story. And we listened, of course. But that man at that moment, God, I wish I could be that guy. I wish at some point in my life I could say, that I didn't give up on something, that I fixed something, that I stayed with. I'm not talking about a 1970 El Camino SS with a working vacuum cowl induction. I'm not talking about sticking with a car that you've had for 45 years and babied it. I'm talking about your marriage. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about the example you set for your kids. And they did it. They did it. They were just sitting there quietly eating in an Applebee's, living their life as an example. And yes, I paid for their lunch. And yes, I very much sat with them. And when he walked over, I kept them there as long as he would talk. I shook his hand 8 or 9 times because I was grateful that there's still people out there like that. And yes, when I started by saying I wasn't doing this to impress my wife, there's a reason I say that. Because when I do something like that, my wife very much, she grabs my arm as we walk out. And she tells me, she just says, she goes, I really love being married to you, that all of a sudden, spontaneously, you think of things like that and you do stuff like that in public, out in the open. And that's a small attribute for something that she likes about being married to me. And it's one of those things. Right after that, we left the parking lot, and there was a girl playing a violin hooked up to an amplifier. I didn't even know you could hook up a violin to an amplifier other than in Revenge of the Nerds. Okay, other than that. And she was an Asian girl. She's out there and she's playing. And I go, what is that girl doing? And my wife says, I don't know. She had a sign. We drove all the way around and came back and read the sign. And this girl, probably 15 years old, was trying to raise money for her family. And she just had this cardboard sign that says, I'm trying to raise money for my family. I got a baby brother. And I didn't even know her entire situation. And she was out there on the corner in the parking lot playing her violin very well, hoping that it would be her. You're playing a violin. If you do it well, you tip the dancing bear. Much as you guys are doing to me, you guys tonight are tipping the dancing bear. If I'm entertaining and you put a couple bucks in there because you like what you hear, thank you. That's what we did for her. I made sure that I walked out there and gave her a $20 bill. I didn't care what her circumstances were. I didn't care what was going on. And here's there's the same 7 or 8 of you that are in here going, hey man, that's fucking cool. I get you. There's 200 people going, you're such an asshole. She just snaked you out of money. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Literally shut the fuck up and leave. I don't care if I'm down to 7 viewers. I'll take my 7. I want to tell you how I view this. I want to tell you what my wife said. My wife said, how do you know she's not scamming you out of $20? And I replied with the same message I always do. It doesn't matter. If God puts something in my heart at that moment to do something and I give that $20, I don't care where it goes. Does it go to diapers and formula for a baby? Does it go to heroin? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't have that responsibility. If God lays it on me to do something, then what happens after I give that? I've done my part. I've done my part. And you motherfuckers that go, well, I'm not giving money to that guy. He's just going to spend it on whiskey. Fine. But don't blame the rest of us that do something we feel is the correct course of action. And after I don't have to follow up. I don't have to give somebody $20 and go, where are you spending it? What are you doing? Where are you sleeping tonight? What are you doing? Not my job, man. Not my fucking job. My job is to follow the feeling, the style, the memoirs of my grandfather who grew up in the 30s and 40s and do the things that he would do for the reasons he chose to do them, and then walk away and trust that I'm on God's good humor after that. It's not my job to figure out the rest of it. My responsibility for thinking about this ended when something came into my heart and said, go do that. And I obeyed and I did it. If you don't like it, if you're an atheist and you don't understand what I'm doing, fine, don't. If you're like, well, fuck, I'm not giving to this studio fund. You fucking giving $20 away to some violin player, then don't. Then don't fucking do it. I'll figure this out on my own. Somehow I'll figure it out. But if you're going to participate in the Gen X Talks vibe, if you're going to participate in that era, then you have to learn to accept the way that some of us feel about those particular moments. Some of us don't give, some of us do. Some of us don't feel a certain way, some of us do. But we've all been down the same road. We've all been down the same fucking path. We've been on this planet a long fucking time, and sometimes you give and sometimes you don't. Everybody has their different viewpoint on how far to go. Well, that was mine. And the icing on the cake for me was that my wife approved. The icing on the cake for me was that my wife thought that I was a good guy for my independent thinking and what I did. So I'm going to drink something right now. I'm going to drink a little something to all of you that make up your own mind on when to donate and when to not. I'm going to drink something right now for those of you who decide when to give and when not. I'm going to drink a little something for all of you that think like I do. You don't have to give any money. You don't got to donate in Super Chat. You don't got to donate in PayPal. But if you raise a glass to me right now, at least let it be an acknowledgement that we can choose our own path. The government hasn't taken that away from us yet. I don't know. I'm going to click over right now. Who's raising a glass with me? I want to see Disney Mama Shammy Joe, Tim and Indy, the man they call Jay, Loud One, Kevin Grimes. Come on, keep it going. I want to see everybody's fucking name up there that agrees with me. If you don't, just put up a middle finger and tell me you don't agree with me. I'm okay with that too. I'm not going to tell you to leave. Look at that. There's some fucking stuff in there. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me rant. My wife loves me and you guys tolerate me. Thank you. It means a fucking lot. Now, my kid has just shown up.
Hi.
My wife and my kid are at the same microphone.
Hello.
Raising Cain about me. So what the fuck, man? What do you guys want? What I do?
Okay.
How much trouble am I in when you guys gang up on me?
Mrs. 4 donated $200 through PayPal.
Hi, Gen Z kid.
Hi. Well, they know my voice. Come on. She said, let's get that studio up and running. Hashtag Sister Wives Unite.
Whoa. Okay, so Mrs. 4 gave $200 through PayPal.
Yeah.
Just blew Chush and Loud One out of the water with that.
Yeah.
But then she said sister wives. Mrs. 4, what? I can't change my gender to fit in. I love you, but you're leaving me out in the cold. Why can't one time, Mrs. 4, why can't you PayPal and say, General, salute, I'm standing behind you? Just once, Mrs. 4. Yeah, kid.
I'd like to mention that you guys know my friend Elias, or some of you guys do, my best friend Elias.
A lot of people do, yeah.
He was applying to be a sectional officer for FFA, which is like a step above higher. So it's a little difficult to get.
No, yeah, tough stuff.
He texted me. Here's what he texted me. Hold on, because first off, I was in the middle of cooking up an amazing graduation speech. I don't know what hit me.
How's your speech coming along?
I think I pretty much have it down.
All right.
It's okay.
But Elias interrupted your speech.
Yeah, and he texted me this. He goes, yes, send. Really good, send. Dude, I just got done with the best interview of my life.
Okay, wait. He keeps word and then hits send.
Yeah, that's how excited he is. He's going.
Don't you normally get mad at me for doing that?
Because you do it often.
All right.
But it's not that bad. I've grown to like, it's just you, man.
Thank you.
It's just you.
Right.
And then he says, I mentioned you as my role model.
Wait, me or you?
Me. He mentioned me as his role model.
He did, really?
Yeah. I was like, man.
Now listen, to be fair, I want you to know I'm not dicking around.
Yeah.
If one of your friends does an interview and they mention you as a role model, I can see that. I give you a bunch of shit as my son. I'm fucking very hard on you. and especially in your fucking ambush videos. God, I hate those. But I will tell you this: I'm drunk. I'm drunk right now.
Getting there, yeah.
But I will tell you, I'm getting there. I can see someone telling you you have status as a role model in their life, because I've raised 32 children. And I will tell you this, that you're at the top of those 32. You are a well-rounded, well-spoken, even-keeled guy. You don't flip out in any direction.
I don't make enemies.
No, you don't. I can't believe you're really good friends with your chess club at school. You're really good friends with the basketball team, the FFA,
ASB.
How the fuck do you just, you're like a chameleon. You fit in with everybody. You don't offend people.
I actually had to call my friend in ASB asking him, "Hey, are graduation speech auditions tomorrow?" Or like, I was like anyways, yeah, he texted me that, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And the one thing I
deserved. Let me put in that word. I know you'll never say this. I know you're grateful for him saying that you're a role model, but I want to tell you, you've deserved that. You've spent time becoming that guy. I know you never use that word on yourself, but let me use it for you. Well, you deserve that.
Something that also finds it funny, he's probably really comfortable in that interview because Emily, Hannah, and Adelina were all on the nominating committee.
Wow.
Because Adelina is the regional of our sections, so you got that. And Emily and Hannah were...
You just listed people that you've been intimate friends with, and your influence is... Your fingerprints are all over this.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Well done.
Anyways... Yeah, if anybody's asking me to read the speech, which I know at least one person said, no.
one's going to ask you to read your fucking speech.
I know somebody did, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait till you're done, because what if I don't like get the audition and then I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm giving a graduation speech. No, I told, like when I got off, like when I was getting off the phone with my friend, I was like, yeah, hopefully you see me up there. Like, that'd be funny.
Hopefully I'm on stage saying shit.
Yeah. Anyways,
all right.
I'll let you get back to your live stream now.
Well done, young man.
No, thank you.
Well done.
It was very touching because he's my best friend, and I was like, wow, that's super cool, man.
Elijah's your best friend, but Cheyenne, a girl, outworks him easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cheyenne,
she's incredible.
Cheyenne is one of the hardest workers I've ever known in my entire life.
No, she's an incredible person who does incredible things. I love her so much. She's one of my favorite persons for you to bring around, just so you know. Elias, I dig you too, but Cheyenne outpaces you. Are we done?
Anyways, yeah, you guys can't see me, but I'm definitely flipping you off. You know.
All right, there he is. His microphone's off. We're back to what I'm saying. It is 7:40. We've been here an hour and 40 minutes. I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not sure what's going on PayPal. Holy shit. I clicked back on Mrs. Fort Watton. General, salute. I'm standing behind you. Studio Fun. Mrs. Fort Watton, I want to end it right now. That $10 turned my whole screen yellow. Mrs. Fort Watton just said, General, salute. I'm standing behind you. Studio Fun. Do you guys know what that means to have Mrs. Fort standing behind you in support? I couldn't even tell you. Mrs. Fort Watton dropped in $100 in No, not in PayPal. Mrs. Fort Watton super chat $100. Kid, take this, pay your ticket before you get arrested.
Whoa. Hey, I got a get out of jail free card.
I'm going to read it to you again. So he ran in here from the kitchen. Mrs. Fort Watton, $100. Kid, take this. In all capital letters, she's fucking instructing you.
Yeah. I understand.
Don't you set.
She's a very commanding woman.
Her words aside lightly.
Yeah.
Mrs. Fort Watton, kid, take this. Pay your ticket before you get arrested.
For the next 2 weeks, I have a get out of jail free card because
for 2 weeks you do.
Because I went down to go pay the ticket. Okay, I was being a responsible young man. I changed my ways. I wanted to repent before the traffic court of Bakersfield.
You tried to.
Yeah, I went to the pay window, gave them the citation number, gave them my license. They're like, yeah, the officer hasn't turned this in yet. Might I add, this was in October of 2022. It was October 24th. I remember because it was the day after my birthday. And It wasn't processed. You didn't turn it in.
You're going to jail.
Why?
You have a get out of jail free ticket right now because you had them print that out.
Yeah.
But once that's over, if that officer submits that ticket, it's going to be retroactive to you ain't done shit in 6 months. You're in trouble.
I have attempted to do things. And what I'm going to do is like the day before the 2 weeks is over, I'm going back and going, hey, give me another one or let me pay my ticket.
Mrs. Four, he has tried once to go down there. It didn't work out. Gen X Mom is here on the mic. My love.
PayPal from Loud One.
Okay. PayPal from Loud One.
$250.
Oh, my fucking
My
Christ.
authority will be respected, Mrs. Four. Studio Fund.
That sounds like, hey, wait, kid, doesn't that sound like a South Park thing? Respect my authority. Loud One just fucking laid it down. Loud One just said, respect my authority. Now, he didn't get sexist. No. Loud One's a cool cat. He hates everybody equally. He does. Men, women, children, all races. He doesn't like anybody. But he very clearly respect my authority in PayPal. $250. Does anybody have a way to squash him? Anybody go $251 and tell Loud One to shut the fuck up? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it's real. Scott Royston, $20. That was a great thing to do. I've done the same thing when I was at Cracker Barrel one time. Had a family decide to converse with me. I paid their meal. I went back Sunday, and one of the cashiers said how touched they were. Scott, that is something you and I would do very much unannounced, unprovoked, together. We would do stuff like that. I know Scott would be that way. Scott, just on a side note, did you notice that there was one thread where somebody was fucking with you on a YouTube thread where the comment section and you were getting a little beat up? And we came back, Gen X Kid came back with some stuff about me and you that were close and fucking shut those motherfuckers down. I'm just asking if you noticed, Scott. You don't have to say anything. Just I want you to know if you go back and look it up, there is no way we would let someone in the comment section disparage you like that. We love you too much, Scott, and we handled it. The kid went in and said some cool shit and shut those assholes down. At least that was the intent. I hope so. All right, where were we? I'm way back. All right, Trippy, I got your hydrate. Trippy, I'll hydrate, but this is Coca-Cola. Let me blow through the sheets. Please, let's go through this real quick here. Z to Cody, member for 4 months. Thanks for hanging around. Rowdy Bobby, $1. My man, Rowdy Bobby, don't put in a fucking dollar when you're going through trauma in your life, man. I love you, Rowdy, but you don't got to do that. Loud one, $5 general. If your mom looked up Trippy, I'm sorry. If your mom looked like Trippy, yeah, I know. He looks like my mom. He really does. Now, I don't know if my mom looks masculine or Trippy Pineapple on staff looks feminine. But if you guys go look his picture up on genxtalks.com, it's a little scary. Alice Warwick, my name is said Elise, not Alice. Okay, my name is said Elise. Elise, I will never, ever forget
Wait a
that.
second.
Elise, excuse me, I'm talking to a girl.
I'm defending Trippy because I think he's very handsome.
Trippy is not handsome. Trippy looks like my mom.
No, not even close.
Oh, and there's Gen Z kid Trippy's. No, I'm telling you, you guys are both wrong. Trippy looks like a fucking girl with a beard.
Trippy is handsome.
Trippy is a candidate for
Stop it.
for a transgendered surgery. It's true.
Stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop, but I'm just telling you how I feel about that. Don't. Boy, she ran in here to defend him. What a bunch of bullshit. Elise, I will never make that mistake again. I do promise you. Mrs. Farwatt, in general, you did say something ago about unallocated funds were for the studio. Not true. I would never say that. Mrs. Four, I would never say that even in a drunken stupor. Unallocated funds. If you donate $1, but you don't say where it goes to the whiskey fund. There's nothing more important in this than keeping me liquidated, keeping me lubricated. All the gears and the bearings need to keep going. You guys know this. Don't act like you don't know this. You know this. Patrick Caton, preach it, my friend. Our previous generation taught us so much to live for. Yes, they did. Andrew M., Hey, Scene, I was gifted a membership. That's awesome. Thanks a lot. Love the shows. Andrew M., take advantage of that. Go look at some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that no one sees. A lease biker chick. Okay, my name is much easier now. Yeah, because you wrote a lease. Now I got to know what you ride, because now you can jump on the back and ride with me. It's a true story. Doug Vanderhoop, $2. Thank you, Lionheart, $1.99. I donate to the Circled Red Wagons and the Whiskey Fund. Josh Maddox, best bar ever. I know it's not a real bar. I know we're not all sitting around a bar talking, but in the age of COVID, in the age of social media, it's a little bit like that. You guys are talking, I'm talking, you guys are saying shit, I'm responding, I'm saying stuff, you guys are responding, and we're all drinking. It's a little bit like a bar. Josh Maddox coined the phrase best bar ever, and he's not wrong. I like it too. Two Bear, member for 13 months. Two Bear got his big red one, says cheers, brother. And to you, my friend, you have my back. Two Bear is the chief of security. He is the sergeant at arms. Every time we do a public engagement, yes, we do public engagement, Two Bear is there to make sure that nothing fucks up and that nobody stabs my ass with a big fucking Crocodile Dundee knife. M.A. Stein, welcome to Legion of X. Hey, M.A. Stein, sorry. You joined a fraternity of brotherhood on a bus that's going through the mountains at high rate of speed. We're fucking... YouTube is going to cancel us before this live stream's over. I'm saying too much truth. I'm saying what everybody's thinking. We're going to get canceled, and you wasted your money. M.A. Stein, I'm sorry, but you're on this ride for a very short time. But we appreciate you coming by, brother. Loud one, we can choose our path, but God chooses our direction. Amen. Mr. Blackstar gifted 1 Gen X Talks membership to Charles Capretta. I knew a guy named Blackstar one time about 20 years ago. Don't know if it's the same guy. Noel, the kid has accomplished a lot in a short time. True story. A lease biker chick, $2. I'm at the bottom of my glass. Who has my refill? A lease? I do right here, right now. Come on, girl. I'll drink with you. You got here right. I got the right name now. I'm saying it right. I don't know. What shot are we on? 10, 11? And it's respectable. If you guys aren't filling it up to the top of the glass like this, party foul. At the very least, party foul. But you're fucking up. Got to do this. Come on now. You with me? Fill it up to the fucking top and quit being a little girl. I don't care if it's a glass of wine, vodka. I don't care what it is. Or if you're smoking, token, stroking, and joking right now, breathe deep, baby. Mrs. 4 is right, says Brian Ivany. You said 3 or 4 weeks ago, just before the studio first showed up, that all unallocated funds went for the studio interior. Yeah. That doesn't sound like something I'd say. That was a fucked up version of me. We can't go with that kind of shit. Was I drinking that night? If I was drinking seltzer and soda water and sober, you can't believe anything I was saying. No, the truth comes out when I drink alcohol. The truth comes out how much I love you guys and how much I want to use your 10, 5, and 6 unallocated dollars for the whiskey. Yeah, that's what it's for. Oh, now, I got to tell you, Brian Ivany's one of the most straight shooters I know. He is. You see Brian Ivany's name go by, fucking straight shooter. Mrs. 4, although Mrs. 4 has the fucking wild side of my wife, she's playing it straight when she's got her yellow steno pads out and her number 2 pencil. Mrs. 4 is playing it straight. Just so you know. Loud one term, a whole screen teal. If Trippy's handsome, how much money can we raise by who? Ring him out. I don't want to go down that road. Kayla M, $5. I am cool with funding your hydration station. Kayla is funding whiskey. And with like that, we're done. I'm all caught up on the sheets. Trippy, you can alleviate the sheets. There was stuff to say. There was so much stuff to talk about. I know. You guys got into politics. You guys got into Tucker Carlson. You guys got into all sorts of shit. Can we save that for the world shows? I will dive into them. Just so you guys know, I talked to Tucker Carlson getting released from Fox was like 5 minutes old. when I talked about it on the World Show, and I talked for about 40 minutes, my wife was bored out of her fucking mind. And a lot of the stuff that I said, that I predicted, that I said, well, just looking at this from a nuts and bolts point of view, a 50-year-old been on this planet observing human nature point of view, a ton of it has been repeated since our show, 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. A lot of it has been repeated all over the internet. You're welcome, America and Denmark. That's right. You guys in the World Show, you heard it first. Gen X Mom's back. Hey, sweetie.
Hi. $10 PayPal from Sammy Joe, Disney Mama.
I love Sammy Joe.
The general is wrong.
Whoa, I don't like Sammy Joe anymore.
Trippy is handsome and Gen X Mom is always right. Always right.
Whoa, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Disney Mama Sammy Joe has been a longtime supporter of the program, but clearly she needs to adjust her medication. She's either getting too much or not enough. Whatever it is, she's not on target. Not even fucking close. All right, so let me recap. For everybody here. I'm drinking. We all saw the bottle when I began. It was pretty full. We're halfway down. Woodford Heights Reserve, which is not what it really is called, but that's what I call when I'm drinking. The studio is coming along. Somebody can put up the link one more time for the wish list. If you guys can't help with that, I totally get it. I'll figure it out. I am undeterred. KGXT Radio is going to live. It is going to be something that absolutely happens. If I have to sell off the remaining part of my children, if I have to sell my dogs, well, not my dog, but everybody else's dog. Whatever I have to do, KGXT Radio is going to live. It's going to be a real thing. Gen X Mom is 100% on board. She feels stronger about it than I do. Loud One is one of the big proponents of that. I don't know how we're going to get there exactly. We're getting close, but I want you to know the studio being built, and then KGXT Radio as a station, as a Gen X Talks deal. If I have to carry that on my back, I'm going to do it. It's going to be a real thing. And my wife is back. Let's press the button. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, another PayPal.
I'm ready.
$225 from Loud One.
What?
$225.
$225 more dollars from Loud One.
$225. He says.
That motherfucker.
He says, Mrs. Four and Shush, I win for tonight.
For tonight, yeah. That's Loud One's thing of I'm shutting you. Women, that's a very sexist thing to say, and I'm on board. I love sexist stories. I love sexist jokes. I think that's great. Mrs. Four and his wife Chush, I win, and he's done. He's done fucking talking. He can add Gen X Mom into that. Gen X Mom. Yes. Mrs. Four, Chush. I have spoken. Just like the Mandalorian, that little pig guy, I have spoken. Remember that? You guys watch Mandalorian? You guys know what I'm talking about? I have spoken. Yeah, that's law. I'm standing behind Loud One with Two Bear, and I are standing by him with the big sticks, the big weapons going. He has spoken. We're done. Done talking for the night. What do I got in here? Mrs. Forrest thing still's in a Loud One. I have your back, General. KGXT is going ahead. It's going to take, once the studio is built, once we have an avenue of going down a road, and I'll tell you what, the kid and I, true story, the kid and I watched a couple documentaries, short documentaries on increasing your visibility on YouTube to create some revenue. If YouTube, Google ads can add to what we're doing and relieve you guys and myself of the burden of spending money, fucking A, we're going to do it. But I think we're like a blue chip stock. We've just grown steadily. Fine. But the kid came up with something today. He goes, Dad, you got to watch this. And I'm like, oh my fucking Christ. Let's try that. He goes, yeah, let's try that. If this works between now and the end of summer, we will have gone from 400,000 subscribers to 1 million. Not hanging out here in the live streams. No. This is all bottom of the glass nation, cool shit, friends, family. That's what we're doing. But the other side of the equation, the ambush videos, the 2-minute drills, the slices, he now has come up with a way that if we can generate that money and make YouTube pay for this shit, he's going to do it. Oh, he's drooling at the prospect of how do we do this? Let's do this. Let's try. He came to me and I said, fuck it, I'm on board. If that's all it takes, I'm in. Fuck it, let's try it. If that changes something in the direction that he's thinking, you guys will see a dramatic influx on one side of the scale, and all of us get to hang out here on the other side being fucking cool jabronis and jacks of all trades on our side. We can all hang out and enjoy the drinks and the conversation while the other side does all the heavy lifting. And Gen Z kid has a plan. He's just trying to get through high school diploma, and then he's like, Dad, let me roll up my sleeves and jump in. That's fucking great. That's brilliant. That I'm all in for my son doing that. Absolutely. I'm ready to go. You guys will see some of that because the KGXT radio is 100% like my gig, and my son is 100% like, Dad, I got you, and I got a way to get you there. The love of my son for me, I couldn't tell you how great that feels and how much I appreciate him, and just letting you know. So listen, we got to go for tonight. I'm not missing the chance to drink again. No. Unless you guys got some question that needs to be answered. Unless you guys got something else that needs to be said. I'm looking at the screen right now. I'm looking. Tell me something I don't know. Ask me a question. I'll answer it. There's Lion. There's Trippy. The glasses are already being raised. Loud One's got it. Smoke a Toad. Marsha Whitfield. 37 Hertz has been around a long time. Come on now. Mrs. Four's got something up there. Black Star. Now it's going by so fast I can't see it. Romy! It's going by so fast I can't see. Thank you guys. I love all you guys for drinking. Don't make me drink alone. I'll do it. But you know I don't like it. I'm drinking right now. Look at all of you circling the red wagons. Do you guys, for those of you who don't know, when they have a little red circle, that is a callback to something that was so long ago, that was so, I guess it was so big. I didn't know. I was so drunk. You guys had to tell me about it the next morning. True story. If you see someone circling the wagon, circling the red circle, then they were there when it happened. And it's fucking poignant. I don't know where to go look it up, but that was a big moment. Drink right now. Let's go, you guys. No, John, they're not boobies. Those are circling the red wagons and a pomegranate stain on a counter. And it was a thing, and it was a conversation, and I was drunk, and we were talking about it, and someone asked a very important question, and I tried to answer it. Didn't remember nothing the next morning, but everybody emailed me, dude, you were so fucking, you helped that guy, you helped that dude with that thing, and I'm like, yeah, man, I did? What? It was a big deal. So when you see the red circles come up, Michael Dawson was guaranteed been there since then with the salute. I guarantee that it was something that was poignant that we did here, and it seemed to help. And the dude even came back later and's like, dude, you changed part of my life. If there's anything that Gen X Talks ever says or ever does that means anything to anybody, then we are the ones who are privileged to be part of your life. I promise you. At least $5. I ride an 88 140 Electric Glide Sport General FLH head. All right. 08, 20 years later, Heritage Softail. But if you ride, then we're going to ride together. A-Lease A-Lease, listen to this. Now hold on. A-Lease biker chick. I know we just fell in love with each other tonight. I know it's kind of soon in this relationship. But if you email me, genxdad@genxtalks.com, I will let you in on a run, and you know what that is, that Two Bear, Sergeant at Arms on staff here, and I are doing next year. We are doing a Route 66 run where we are getting a bunch of people together to ride. We got a chase truck with a trailer. If something breaks down, we can throw stuff in the trailer. We can pull bikes up on the trailer. We got tools and equipment and gear, but we can also pull the bike up on the trailer. We can fit like 6 bikes if something breaks down. We can get to the next town. We are doing a chase truck with a trailer and bikes, and we are taking Route 66 all the way from Santa Monica to Chicago. A-Lease, if you want to be part of any of that, if you want to do any of that, email me, and if there's something I can do to help you be part of it, I will. I absolutely will. If you want to be part of it, a little bit of segment of it, great. We're telling you what you're doing, but Two Bear and I we're heading that thing up. We're not pushing the herd from behind. Two Bear and I are going to run that fucking thing all the way to Chicago. We got to figure out a time, but we're doing it. A-Lease, if you'd like to be part of that, I would love for you to be part of it. And it coincides with my wife leaving with Mrs. Fort Watton and going to Europe. I don't care what they do. I don't even want to know the stories. No, that's not true. I want to hear all the stories. But all right, so that's it. We're moving on. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got to go. I got to get out of here. What's my thing over here? Let's see. New scene. That's not it. Is there a way to get fucking out of here? Stream it. Okay, that's the one right there. I think that's it. All right, listen, I got to go. We did a couple hours tonight. I remember the time when do you guys remember the times when I would keep drinking? I mean, I'm fucked up right now, but do you remember when I would keep drinking and go all the way to 3 hours and you guys would hear all the naked stories that I wasn't allowed to tell? Those days. I'm stopping short of those. We had a great time tonight. It was a lot of fun. We stayed away from politics. We stayed away from some of the topics that fucks everything up. We had a good time. I had a great time. Thank you guys for your donations towards the shed. If you're part of Patreon, if you're a member on YouTube, you are going to see all the stuff. We got stuff from the garden. I didn't even post the garden stuff yet. Coming up. I didn't post the shed stuff. Coming up. The inspector's coming out for another one. I'm going to show you all the pictures and pieces and times. You're going to get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. If you're part of Patreon or you're part of a YouTube membership program, you're going to see all the cool shit. But I got to go right now. I got to go. My wife is tugging on my collar. We got to go upstairs and unwind like old people do. I got to get in my night gear. She's got to get in hers. She's going to read in bed. I'm going to do some stuff on my TV at my desk up there. And that's how it's going to end. That is how we end our evenings. Now, it used to be a lot different when we were younger. I could tell you some stories, but at this age in life, we've slowed down just a little bit. Thank you guys for being part of tonight's live stream. Thank you guys for all the donations. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us. I have no idea what the numbers were tonight. I don't even care. I know that our staff, you guys want to thank somebody? Thank the moderators. Thank Gen X Mom. Thanks Gen X Mom and Trippy for being between the sheets. Thank a moderator for the blue wrenches for going in here and keeping things in order. And remember, once we leave here, we go to Discord. Discord is just free chat rooms where we all hang out. There's some video stuff. There's some conversations. Discord is a cool place to be. Discord is where Lionheart is the supreme overlord of Discord. And Trippy Pineapple runs around and does all the hard work, and Lion just swings Thor's hammer from a distance. But it's a lot of fun. If you guys got a problem, you find Trippy, you find Lion, they'll straighten you out. It's a lot of fun to be. It's free to go do. Discord server is a cool thing. You'll see the link coming up soon. But I want to thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in wherever you are on the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or sometimes on the Armed Service Radio Network. I don't know where you're tuning in from, but thank you guys for showing up. At Gen X Talks, remember, we would be nothing without you. My son's channel wouldn't go anywhere if you guys weren't viewers, if you guys didn't participate. But if you had time to kill, if you had a couple hours to waste, why not waste it here with us? There's worse things you could do. Thank you guys for hanging out. Remember, wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch all you guys on the flip side. That's what I'm saying, baby.